At this point in time, a man could be with a woman who is anything but his equal. Now, she may be the same age as him, or very close to his age, or there could be a number of years between them. However, regardless of this, she could be more like his daughter, and he himself could be more like her father. He is then going to be the one with most, if not all, of the power, and she will have very little, if any, power. Thanks to this, he is likely to make most of the decisions in their relationship, and he could tell her how to live her own life too. To use an analogy, if they were in a car, he would always be in the driver's seat and the one who decides where the car goes. Yet, although she will act as though she is nothing more than an extension of him and doesn't have her own needs and feelings, this might not bother her. Or to be more accurate, she might create this impression based on how she behaves. It could be as if she is happy to be there for him in this way and follow his lead. He will then be a normal human being, but she will see him as some kind of all-knowing and all-powerful God. But as she won't be listening to herself and will be pleasing her partner, it is highly likely that she is not happy with what is going on deep down. If she is not in touch with how she really feels, and this part of her is repressed, it could show that she was emotionally, if not physically, abandoned during her formative years. So, when she was growing up, she might have had a mother and or a father who was very domineering. As a result of this, her boundaries wouldn't have been respected, and she wouldn't have been able to freely express herself. She would have been walked over and forced to please one or both of her parents. This would then have caused her true self to gradually go into hiding, and for her to create a false self that was focused on the needs of others. Being submissive and easygoing at this stage of her life was a way for her to survive. And while this stage of her life is over, deep down, she won't realize this, assuming that this is what took place. It won't be a surprise that she has ended up with a man who is controlling. It will have been fear, not to love, that bonded her to one or both of her parents. And she will be in another relationship that is based on fear, not love. This might not be the first time that this has taken place either, with her having been in this position on at least one other occasion. She is likely to have unconsciously recreated her early experience in order to try to receive the love that she missed out on. And even though she will be compromising herself, this is unlikely to be something that the man cares about. He can believe that it is her duty to follow his lead and do what he wants. If she no longer played the same role and started to act like an individual, he might soon lose his temper and try to force her to go back to how she was before. He could make it clear that she needs his permission before she does something, and that he has her best interests at heart. On one hand, then, there will be what is going on for the woman that is causing her to behave in this way, and on the other, there will be what is going on for the man that is causing him to behave in this way. Thus, if he does come across as strong and is successful, this is likely to be an illusion. Behind the strength that he projects is likely to be someone that feels totally powerless and is carrying a lot of hurt. If this is the case, controlling the woman that he is with is a way for him to avoid how he feels deep down. At a conscious level, he might typically experience positive feelings, and outside of his conscious awareness will be a lot of negative feelings. With this in mind, controlling the woman that he is with is nothing more than a means to an end. The reason that he feels powerless and deeply hurt can be due to the fact that his early years were anything but nurturing. His mother and or father may have abused their power and violated him in a number of different ways, which would have deeply wounded him. He would then have been deprived of the love that he needed to grow and develop in the right way, and he would have come to believe that people can be trusted to handle what was going on. His brain would have repressed how he felt, and he would have lost touch with his true self. The outcome of this is that he would have ended up creating a disconnected and inflated false self. Many, many years will have passed, and his conscious mind may have more or less forgotten about what took place. But below his false self will be a lot of hurt, and being in control will play a key part of what will stop this inner material from entering his conscious awareness. Another part of this is that he will unconsciously see women as his mother and or father, and this part of him will believe that if he doesn't take control, he will end up being controlled. He will no longer be a powerless child then, but as he is carrying a lot of pain, he won't know deep down that this stage of his life is over, due to how strong this need will be to keep his pain at bay. It might take something significant for him to see what is going on. A breakup, a job loss, a serious illness, and or simply getting older could be what shatters his defences and slowly introduces him to what he has been avoiding for however long. Taking this into account, if you are a man who has the need to control a woman, and even if you are a woman who continually ends up with men who are controlling, then this may show that your early years were not very nurturing and you are carrying a lot of pain. And so in order for you to change your life, to change how you behave, then it will be essential for you to face and work through this pain and to experience your unmet developmental needs, so you can gradually put the past behind you and either no longer be controlling or to no longer be drawn to people who are controlling. And to do this, you may need to reach out for external support, but the sooner you reach out and do what you need to do, the sooner your life will change. If you would like to find out more about the services that I offer, please go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk, and I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.